The Gardyn 4.0 is out and I've been testing it for the last 30 days. And now I'm sharing the new updates in my own experience with the 4.0. Also, before I get into the review, I need to let you know that this garden was provided to me by Gardyntech, and all opinions are my own. Now let's get into that review. Pros and updates. Lighting. This new version of the Gardyn has a redesigned light system. Gardyn has said that the lights now use 20% less power, but still has the same amount of plant growth. I didn't test the wattage on this garden, but I can tell you that I haven't noticed any difference in the plants besides possibly popping up earlier than on past gardens. And I actually suspect that is due to the seed placement being closer to the surface of the Y pods. So that was a nice surprise. They also updated it with a sunrise and a sunset mode, making the transition to turning the lights on and off much smoother. And this has been something I've been enjoying. It's actually quite the contrast between the older models, and you might even say it creates more of an ambience instead of jumping to the harsh on and off options that were available before. As someone who spends a lot of time in their house these days as I fight cancer, this has been a nice addition to my daily routine and helps me on those days that I am stuck inside recovering from chemo and not feel so sad that I can't be outside. Gardyn also has not only redesigned the light system to consume less energy, thus making it more efficient, but it also used new LED technology to make the light bars produce less heat than the older models. I had to test this for myself, so I got a laser temp gun, and this is what happened.
So right here I have a gun. Laser temp gun, and this is a 3.0. Alright, get 99. Let's check it again just to make sure. Okay, 101.1. Okay, shooting the same place I did on the 3.0 on the 4.0. And we get 84.2. I'm going to do it again. $83.3. So that is much cooler.
Columns. When putting this garden together, the columns just felt thicker. And that is one of the new claims that Gardyn lists in their new improvements of this model. But how do we know for sure they are thicker? Let me show you what I found.
Okay, so this is a 3.0 and a 4.0 top off of the Gardyn. And the difference between the two, you can't really tell from just looking above, but I will tell you this one is a little bit lighter than this one. I can feel the difference. So this is the 4.0. They have made the walls thicker, and it's really hard to measure because it's probably like a 1/16 of an inch difference, maybe even less, but you can feel the difference. And then I'll show you this. This looks like a silicone little band that goes all the way around. This does not have that. And so that will help when fighting algae and keeping it clean. That is a big deal. And then let me show you something else. This is the new band that they have added to the 4.0. And it feels a little bit rubbery. But this is a huge thing because this will help. If you notice on my very old ones, and this one's not terribly clean, so bear with me, look at the bottom there. Now, look at the difference here. That's huge, and that will help keep this clean as well. It'll keep from the leaking out issues where you had this kind of stuff coming out. I mean, it doesn't affect it a huge amount, but it does make it harder to keep clean, especially if you don't want that on the outside. And that is just from the food that goes through it. So this is a huge deal, and I can't wait to see how this holds up. I will be doing an update on this because I want to see in the coming months how this does.
Cons. In the 30 days I've tested this new model, I have yet to find any cons, unless you mention the 6 Y cubes that didn't sprout. But if this happens to you, I recommend reaching out to Gardyn to ask for replacement cubes. They have been great at taking care of that particular issue in my experience in the past.
Over the last 30 days, I have noticed one thing that I would maybe call a con, and that is this white powdery substance that seems to come from the Y cubes. And it comes just out of the top, and I'll see it sprinkled on the lid of my Gardyn down below. I sweep it away and keep going. I actually suspect that this might be from the new food, but I haven't figured that out yet. So stay tuned and I will keep on this and keep looking to see where I think this is coming from.
This is some of the white stuff that I'm talking about that comes, it's just chalky and it is falling down on the lid, and I think it's coming from here. So you see it just builds up. Let's look here. There's some of that, see? Just the white chalkiness. Final thoughts.
All in all, I'm really impressed with the new improvements that Gardyn has made to the 4.0 model. These improvements are a big deal, and I look forward to seeing how it holds up over the coming months. So stay tuned.
If you're looking to purchase a Gardyn, you can use the code Flynn at checkout. The offerings of this code do change from time to time, so please check out the details for this code in the description below. You will be helping to support my channel and more videos like this in the future as well. So thank you in advance.
If this video has helped you in any way, I would love to hear from you. And if you're interested in future reviews like this one or my other videos, please subscribe below. I really appreciate it. Until next time, I'm Essi Flynn.